Hello, welcome back to our fertility yoga session tonight. We are going to just take you through a few poses that actually are good to use any time of your cycle. And if you'd like to join me tonight, we're going to actually start with a deep breath to kind of relax from the day. We have a blanket and a pillow here. So if you'd like to take a moment just to get those props, that would be great. You can use a bolster or you can just use a regular pillow that you might have in your living room. So we are going to start with a deep breath in. And just close your eyes. You can sit with your legs crossed, put your hands on top and relax your fingers. You can clasp your thumb to your index finger and just let your fingers kind of fall in across your knees. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold for 4. And gently breathe out. And let's do that 4 breaths. Deep breath in. And breathe out. And notice if you feel any tension in your shoulders. You can release that right now and release any tension in your back. Let your shoulders drop down even lower. Take a deep breath in. And breathe it out. And one more deep breath. And breathe out. And if you like, you can do a few alternate nostril breaths. You can kind of put your hands in a little hang loose sort of thing here. So we're actually going to alternate breathe through one nostril. So breathe in deep. Hold it. Exhale through the other side. Breathe through the other side. Hold it. Exhale through the other side. Notice if one side is a little more congested. It's allergy season here, so in Florida, so that could be the case. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Some people like to use their ring and their thumb, whatever you're comfortable with doing. Very good. So we're going to start our hip opener series tonight. This is going to be just a very soothing, relaxing, gentle session tonight. And I want you to also try to think of any tension that you might find in the base of your spine or in your hips. Try to breathe into that tension when you feel that and just try to let it go and release it. So we're going to start with our half rabbit. So we're just going to put our bolster right here and we're going to just kind of go into a little squat, half squat, where you're on your knees and you're kind of just making a little tiny circles. And then this actual massage that we're doing, it actually helps the organs of the reproductive area as the belly expands against the thighs with each inhalation and draws the navel to the spine with each exhalation. So you can kind of hold this pose and take a few deep breaths. And if you have a bolster, you can actually just lower down and collapse into the bolster for a few moments. And then slowly you can go into child's pose. Child's pose is very similar, but you're going to just open up the knees a little bit and you're going to allow your block to actually fall more forward. And we're going to relax into child's pose. We're gonna hold this pose for about 4 minutes. So take a deep breath in and breathe out. Now, when you're ready, you can slowly come up to all fours into cat cow. Okay, and slowly come to all fours. So we're gonna actually do some rotations to the right. And when you do cat cow, you're basically arching and falling forward again. So basically relaxing your neck, inhale, and deep exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. And if you feel tight in your sides, you can kind of rotate your sides and do a slight little twist here. It's really good for if you've been sitting all day. It actually helps with the blood flow there. And we'll take one more. Flex and release. And from here, you're just going to pop up into downward dog. I'm going to turn my mat so I can show you at an angle here. So we're going to actually go up into downward dog here. And bring one leg to the front. And we're going to go into pigeon. So your leg's going to go to the front here. And you can square your hips if you a little bit more. And we're going to fold into our bolster. And we're going to hold it for a few minutes. This is such a good hip opener. It's very soothing once you actually get into a comfortable position. And some people really love this and they can hold this for a really long time, and others it's kind of like agony. But I think it's one of the best hip openers out there. So take a deep breath in and blow out. And just melt into your bolster or your pillow. And we're going to hold this for a few minutes. A little further in if you need to. As your hip slowly sinks into the mat, getting into that yummy little stretch there. And gently come out. You can raise up and you could switch the leg and put it out. And this is actually, yes, I didn't mention that. This is the last class in our series of fertility yoga. So this is our last one tonight. I do have a few of them on YouTube. So if you want to practice at home, you can definitely watch on YouTube. And we will be announcing, the next series probably over the summer. But this is our first set of 7 classes. So thank you for asking that question. I should have brought that up. So you can go ahead and switch your leg. Now we're going to actually bring the other leg into the front. And we're going to bring the leg out. And then this leg is actually going to be behind us. And we're going to have your foot actually squared. Your hip is actually squared to the front. Just like this. And you can bring your bolster here and just ease yourself down again. Take a deep breath in, sink into your hips, and breathe. Notice if one side is tighter than the other. That's definitely very common. You might feel a different sensation, and it's okay. So sink in a little further, take a deep breath in. We're going to hold this pose for a few moments. Yeah, so we'll move up when you're ready. And you might feel like you want to do a little stretch now that you've been in that position for a little while. So you can go ahead and butterfly your feet into Baddha Konasana. And we're going to just do a little mild stretch forward. So just let your head hang here and hang down and relax your knees. And this one is also a great pose to do. We can actually put your pillow right here. And if you have that, or you can actually do the bolster kind of like this. So that depends on your type of pillow, but you can actually, if it's high enough and you want more support, you can just put your head like right here while you're resting. So you can take your pillow and just kind of let your head fall down and support yourself right here while your knees are open. And they might not necessarily touch. A lot of times in this pose, people have their knees up here and it's really tight for them. I've just been doing this pose for so long. My knees kind of touch the floor there, but you can actually roll up a few blankets if you want so that you support your knees on each side. So pretend this is a blanket here. And I'm just kind of letting my knees prop open like this. And I'm falling forward like this onto my pillows. So you can do that for sure. It takes some of the pressure off your knees. You can have your pillow low down, or you can kind of prop it up like this. So just hold this pose for a few moments and let your forehead rest on the floor, pillow, or blanket, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And take a deep breath in. Let your shoulders drop. Notice if they're up here, you don't want them up here. Let them drop away from your ears. With each breath sinking lower and lower, let your sit bones sink into your mat. And your hips fall open. Remember, use your breath. Moving in through the nose. And out through the nose if it feels good to you. Right now, in this moment, there is no stress. There's no worries. It's just you in this pose for this very moment. And as you come out of this pose, I want you to gently extend your neck upward and notice if you feel any release of that tension that you might have had earlier in the class. And we're going to extend our legs forward. You can reach forward if you like. Again, this is a restorative class, so we are going to be using our bolsters or our pillows. And I like to stack blankets on top of pillows sometimes. So you can reach forward and just gently let your head fall. If this is too high, you can actually take them down. Some people don't like to use the bolster here. They like to kind of go a little lower, so you can do that. But I want you to relax in the position that you're in and not strain yourself. So I kind of do a little halfway fold. Again, you can do your pillow also higher if you want here. Just fold it just like that. So whatever pose you feel is comfortable. We're going to just release our back and neck and let it hang down. Stack a little more. Sometimes it's very hard to stay still. Depends on your brain that day or day that you had. Other days it's much easier. So if you're feeling your brain struggling with this and wanting to do something else, just watch those thoughts and kind of let them pass. Acknowledge them, that they're there, and start to hear your breath. So we're going to practice our ocean breath, which basically is a gentle breath that sounds like ocean waves. So when you breathe in, you can slowly rise up. You can just bend your neck slightly. So when you inhale through your nose, you're going to make an ocean sound when you exhale, like you're snoring kind of. So it's actually an audible breath that you have there. So we're going to practice that one more time. Deep breath in. Constrict the throat and breathe out. One more time. Deep breath in. And again, deep breath in. Very good. You might have found even more of a release of that tension in your lower back as you're breathing. So you're going to just gently fold your legs. We're going to go back into our cat-cow for a few moments. Go upward and inhale and exhale back. Good. And from here, we're going to go into our last pose, which is Shavasana. So We're gonna actually set up for this with a blanket over ourselves. So you can put your blanket here. And I like to do this pose with the little bolster right underneath my knees. So it's really comfortable. So you can actually lean back and we're going to make sure our shoulder blades are nice and relaxed onto our mat. When we don't hold any tension in our back, our feet can fall open and our hands are actually facing towards the sky. I'm going to take another ocean breath and just think about your hips now more open than they were. Your body working as it should, doing its what it's supposed to do. And just take a moment to listen to your breath and hold this pose. Slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. And if you are relaxing comfortably at home, you might want to stay in this pose longer. Now we're going to slowly roll our knees to the side and push ourselves up. And we're going to release our blanket. I want to thank you guys for joining me for our final fertility yoga happy hour session. I really, really have enjoyed this thoroughly. And I want to make sure to remind you guys to take time out for yourselves during the week. And I wish you all a wonderful day, Shiva, and namaste. I hope to see you soon, maybe sometime later on in the summer if we do another series. So in the meantime, please follow us on Instagram at FL Complete Wellness. And I look forward to another class with you very soon. Thank you.